Okay, picture this. April 15th, 2005. It's a Friday morning in Center County, Pennsylvania.
Right.
You've got Ray Gricar. He's the district attorney, a guy known for being a total shark in the courtroom, and they called him a hard charger.
And he's just 9 months away from retirement. He's got the finish line in sight.
Exactly. So he takes a half day off, tells his girlfriend he's going for a drive, maybe look at some antiques, and then he just vanishes off the face of the earth.
It really is the ultimate locked room mystery, isn't it? But instead of a room, it's a whole county.
Right.
And usually with these cases, you dig in and you find, well, you find a messy life. Secret debts, problems. But with Gricar, on the surface at least, you find a guy buying travel guides for his retirement trip to Europe.
That's what's so compelling. I've been looking at the timeline of that morning, and it feels like watching a horror movie. You know something's coming. He's at a prison board meeting. Routine stuff. But witnesses said he was off. Said he was mumbling, just staring out the window.
Which is so out of character. This guy was known for being laser-focused, for him to be mentally checking out hours before he disappears. That's the first real crack you see.
Yeah. Was he distracted because he was planning to disappear, or was he, I don't know, dreading something?
Because at 11:30 a.m., he calls Patty Fornicola, his girlfriend.
They lived together.
Right. He tells her he's driving through the Brush Valley area, heading toward Lewisburg to look at antiques, and he says, "I won't be late."
I won't be late. The famous last words. So 11:30 p.m. rolls around. He's not home. Patty calls the police.
She knew immediately something was wrong. And the next day, they find his car. And this is where it goes from just a missing person case to something else entirely.
The Mini Cooper.
The red 2004 Mini Cooper with the white top.
I mean, it's a pretty distinctive car, right? Not something you'd miss. And they find it in this dirt lot in Lewisburg, near a big antique mall.
But the scene inside that car is what really sets the tone.
It's locked. His county's cell phone is sitting inside, but the keys are gone.
And that car is really the only witness we have. And the forensics, they just create more questions than answers. They find a water bottle with his DNA. Okay, fine.
His standard.
But then they find cigarette ash on the passenger floor mat.
Yeah.
And the car smells of smoke.
Which is a huge deal. Everyone who knew Ray Gricar knew he hated smoking. Hated it. He was a health nut.
He would never, ever let someone smoke in his car. It just wouldn't happen.
So that implies someone else was there. Someone who Ray either couldn't or wouldn't stop from smoking in his car.
Or someone else drove that car. Someone who wasn't Ray Gricar.
Maybe a killer, trying to calm their nerves after the fact. They dump the car, have a smoke, lock it, and just walk away.
It's a solid theory for foul play. It fits. But then you have this witness.
The antique store owner.
Yes. He was pretty sure he saw Ray that day. But he said Ray wasn't shopping. He was pacing. Looked agitated, like he was waiting for someone.
See, that changes things. If he's waiting for a meeting, then maybe the ash belongs to the person he met. But if it was just a murder, where's the body? And why all the business with the electronics? That's the part that keeps me up at night.
The electronics are where this shifts from, a physical mystery to a psychological one.
Right. Police search his house. Luggage is there. Clothes are there. But his laptop, gone. And his sunglasses.
And for 3 months, it's just nothing. The case goes completely cold. Then, in July, some fishermen on the Susquehanna River find it.
They find the laptop just lodged against a bridge support, but it's not just waterlogged.
No. The state police dry it out, they open it up, and the hard drive is physically missing.
We have to talk about what that means in 2005. This isn't like today where you pop a little card out.
Not at all. I mean, for that model, you needed tools. A tiny screwdriver, you have to flip it over, take out screws, maybe remove a panel. It's meticulous.
You don't do that in a panic standing on a bridge. It suggests a plan, a very deliberate destruction of evidence.
And then it gets even weirder. 2 months after the laptop is found.
Someone finds the hard drive.
100 yards away, down the river. Damaged beyond any hope of recovery. The FBI couldn't get a single bite off of it.
Why separate them? Why not just smash the whole thing? It feels, I don't know, symbolic or something.
It does. But the digital trail didn't end there because they went back to his home computer, his desktop.
And this is where the suicide, or maybe the walkaway theory, gets a lot of its fuel. The search history.
Yeah. In the weeks leading up to his disappearance, someone used his computer to search for things like how to wreck a hard drive.
How to fry a hard drive. Water damage to a notebook computer.
Look at how those are phrased. It sounds like a layman, right? Someone who doesn't really know computers trying to figure it out. Points straight back to Ray.
So it paints this picture of a man who is terrified of something on that laptop. But what? Was it illegal? Shameful.
Investigators tore his life apart. They found no evidence of anything like that. No secret life, no financial crimes.
Yeah.
So if he was scrubbing that drive, it was probably something deeply personal or related to a case.
Which brings us to the ghost of Ray Gricar. You can't understand this case without talking about his brother.
It is the most haunting part of this whole thing. It really is.
I didn't realize how similar the situations were.
They're nearly identical. In 1996, Ray's brother, Roy, lived in Ohio. He tells his wife he's going out to get some mulch for the garden.
A totally normal errand.
He drives off, his car is found abandoned near the Great Miami River, and he vanishes. His body was found in the river a few days later, ruled as suicide.
And Ray was the one who had to go and identify the body. He saw firsthand what that looked like, but he always said he didn't believe it was suicide.
Couldn't accept it. Which leads to this really complex psychological puzzle. Was Ray staging his own disappearance to look like his brother's?
Or did he actually commit suicide, but tried to make sure his body would never be found to spare his daughter that trauma?
That's a possibility. But the Susquehanna River, where his car was found, is, well, it's pretty shallow. It's not the deep ocean.
A body should have turned up. It's been nearly 20 years. No clothes, no bone fragments, nothing.
That's the biggest problem with the suicide theory. To disappear that completely in that river, you'd have to be incredibly statistically unlucky or lucky, depending on your goal.
Which brings us back to him not going in the river, but maybe across it, the walkaway.
He had talked about retiring, and his financials showed he was, slowly taking out cash, about $16,000 over a couple of years.
It's not a fortune, but it's a start.
It's enough for a bus ticket and then a fake ID, maybe. Rent a cheap room somewhere, no one knows your name.
But the thing that gets me is the estate planning. His assets were mostly in joint accounts with his daughter. So if he disappears, her life isn't frozen. She can still access everything.
It looks like he was setting up a soft landing for his family, doesn't it?
It does, but what's the cost? I mean, by all accounts, Ray Gricar adored his daughter. Could he really put her through 2 decades of not knowing?
That's a level of detachment that's hard to imagine. And it forces you to look at door number 3, murder. Which means we have to talk about Jerry Sandusky.
The Sandusky connection, you can't avoid it.
No. So back in 1998, Ray investigated Sandusky, the famous Penn State coach, for abuse allegations. Ray decided not to press charges.
And when the whole scandal blew up in 2011, years after Ray vanished, the conspiracy theories just exploded. Ray knew too much. He was silenced.
But if you look at the facts of that 98 case, the evidence just, it wasn't there. Ray called it a he said, she said. He was a prosecutor who hated to lose. He wasn't going to bring a case he knew he couldn't win.
And the idea that someone would kill him in 2005 to cover up a scandal that wouldn't even break for another 6 years, that seems like a stretch.
A massive stretch. But he had other enemies. I mean, he was a prosecutor for decades.
Like the informant. That theory feels a lot more immediate.
Yeah, that was a tip that came in years later. A source claimed Ray was murdered by a Hells Angels member or a drug ring because he couldn't be bribed. The story was gruesome, that he was killed and his body was dumped in an old mine shaft.
And Pennsylvania has thousands of those. If that happened, he'd be gone forever.
The FBI looked into it, but the informant's story kept changing. The details were inconsistent. They eventually dismissed it. Still, you think about that cigarette ash in the car. A biker in the passenger seat makes a lot more sense than Ray Gricar.
That's the paradox of this whole case. The physical evidence points one way towards foul play.
The ash, the missing keys.
But the digital evidence, the Google searches, points the other way. It points to Ray planning something.
It's a total contradiction, unless the killer forced him to make those searches.
For weeks beforehand. That's some next-level complex planning. Hey, search this for a month, so if we kill you, it looks like a suicide. It seems unlikely.
It does. But let's go back to that hard drive for a second. If Ray walks away, he destroys the drive to hide his plans. If he commits suicide, he destroys it to hide whatever shame or secrets led him there. But if he was murdered, why destroy the drive?
Maybe the drive had the very evidence that got him killed.
Exactly. Not about Sandusky, but about something else. A case he was building on the side, off the books.
And what if those searches, how to wreck a hard drive, what if that wasn't him researching how to destroy his own drive?
But researching how a suspect in one of his cases had destroyed theirs.
Whoa. So he's researching a technique, and then that exact technique is used on him.
It's speculation. But it fits the profile of a hard charger DA who took his work home with him.
You know, we try to put these things in neat boxes.
Yeah.
Suicide, murder, walk away. But the pieces from this case, They don't fit in any one box.
If it's suicide, where's the body? If it's murder, why the premeditated computer searches from his home? If he walked away, how has he stayed a ghost for almost 20 years in our digital world?
It's impossible. That moment in the prison board meeting, him just staring out the window, it just haunts me. Was he saying goodbye?
Or was he looking at a car parked across the street knowing he had to get in it?
We have the car, the laptop, the ash, the river. We have all these pieces, but we don't have the man. And it feels like until someone finally talks or that river gives up a secret, Ray Gricar is just gone.
And that hard drive, sitting in the mud at the bottom of the river, wiped completely clean. It's kind of the perfect metaphor for the whole case, isn't it?
It really is. I'm going to be thinking about that dirt parking lot for a long time. Just a red Mini Cooper sitting there waiting for a driver who never came back.
Sometimes the silence is the loudest clue you have.
It definitely is. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.